it's better for me to say all protocol is observed, because the program director, the MMC has warmly welcomed us. We believe meaning the dogs are now put aside. We must feel free. I'm feeling free, MMC. You know, this topic is big for our country, mainly because the question of curbing this sketch, gender-based violence, the issue of dealing with empowerment of women in general, the question of dealing with inequality in society, I think are questions that have been with us for quite some time. Maybe I will quickly say, what are we hoping to achieve today as we honored the invitation from the program director? What will be new? What is it that we are going to do differently that will give us different results? Maybe my input will talk to some of the issues that has been raised. But I just want to say, you all know South Africa was committed to the attainment of the MDGs, the minimum development goals. And at the end of that period, the UN introduced the Sustainable Development Goals. And again in New York, in that September, we raised our head as South Africa that we are committed in ensuring equality. I'm just taking equality as one of them. But we have had challenges in the sense that with all the commitments, irrespective of the commitments we've made, the statistics has told us otherwise, especially when it comes to gender-based violence and femicide. Just to reflect on where we come from, in 1995, under Utatu Madiba, we are one of the countries that went to Beijing and made a strong representation on gender-based violence. But in 2018, women came across from all over South Africa and said to President Ramaphosa, enough is enough. You step in as the president and lead this issue. You see the time we took making commitments and coming with legislation, coming with policies as far back as then. But in 2018, South Africa came almost to a standstill because women insisted and said, President, we want to address you. We want to talk to you. Which means, irrespective of all the commitments we've made in multilateral organization, this problem continues to grow by the day. So this year we have a theme. The theme is enough is enough. Together fast-tracking implementation to end gender-based violence. Really, the theme captures the mood. The people of South Africa have been part of the 16 days of activism. I think we were among the first countries to raise our hands when it was introduced in Latin America through the UN structures. Immediately, we adopted the campaign. And so we reached the point also where we said, for us, it can't be 16 days. It needs to be 365 days. With that commitment again, the statistics kept on rising. And so, following the summit that was presided upon by the president last year, towards the end of the year, because President Ramaphosa met with women of South Africa, beyond the golden cities, Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban, including people from rural areas. Then one of the demands they made was that we should have a summit. He agreed to the summit, and the president made all the departments critical ones, like within the criminal justice system, the police, justice, state security, and many others to be part of it, health, social development, women, and so on, to be part of that. Beyond that, he signed a declaration, the president himself, and the steering committee to refocus on the issue of gender-based violence. I think it's the third one since 1994, this NSP. Specifically focusing on women empowerment, was agreed upon. They have just finished the document, which is now in consultation in Parliament and all stratas as to what should be done. Hence, when we are launching on Monday the 16 days of activism, with the support of the President, we will be talking about the implementation approaches, because people have had enough of talks and talk shows and stories. All what they know is, what do I do if I have a friend, a relative, a family member who has been assaulted, whose rights have been violated. During August MMC, I went to Diepsloot. There's a hall there, youth center. It was built by, I think it was Mayor Masondo there. So we had, I'm associated with one of the foundations. One of the doctors close to Diepsloot runs a private practice. So she made it her commitment to offer health services to women, youth, and so on. So when we were there, we clearly saw something which I want to flag. I think in South Africa, what complicates everything about gender-based violence, much as it is a global issue, we remain a highly unequal society. The World Bank is clear. They talk about the coefficient of 0.65. We are highly unequal. Diepsloot, I think, is telling how many, when I drive from here to Sandton, between Sandton and Diepsloot, it's a very short period of time. If you leave Sandton, you go through 4 ways, then you are at Diepsloot. You know, young people in those schools of Diepsloot, they were telling stories about a small community police station that they have no capacity, they have no cars. That was the students telling us when in one of the schools. They don't have mobile phones, not to mention the issue of rape kits. In other words, as you know, how do you ensure that cases are strengthened, women are properly examined, there's evidence that will stand a test in court. I mean, the stories that we had, you know, they really showed us that we remain highly unequal, because we're not even talking about rural areas. The same applies to when you go to Alexander Township Clinic. Comparing maybe with the Sandton police station, you see vast differences. We have also a trauma center at Redcop and Clinic. If that trauma center, it looks at children and women. It's supported by the provincial government over years. But the reality is, the people we see there, they lack information. We hope the introduction, the abundance of technology in our communities, the abundance of mobile phones will give an opportunity to young people to be able to connect beyond using social media or talking about the trending things, the latest things, but critical information. Like if the NEC talks about programs, at least young people must be able to transfer that to senior citizens. So these differences, you see them even when it comes to access to justice. Because the tools that are critical for curbing the sketch, they are also not equally distributed amongst all communities. And that becomes a critical problem for us, that sometimes we think we've made progress and then you find that it's like we've gone 2 steps back. If you hear testimonies when people talking on radio, on television, saying, oh no, nothing is happening in our area. Something is happening, but the area is so deprived that even the critical elements are at a lower level compared to well-resourced areas. Because if you look at the police station at Sandton, the private sector has a huge interest. Where it is their big businesses, they contribute, they support, they put in their money, and who has interest in Diepsloot and informal settlement? How many of you guys who have been to Diepsloot? Do you know Diepsloot? Which section? Yeah, do you know the police stations I'm talking about? Have you been to Sandton police station? Yeah, so hence I'm glad you can relate to what I'm talking about. You know the schools there. Hence, if we really are thinking seriously about a theory of change, we have to start in the spirit of the SDGs from those who are likely to be left behind, far off. Johannesburg is a